to show you a little trick. Well, it's not a trick. It's a little enhancement on your through hikes or on your longer section hikes. We have a couple of trips coming up here. First one is in 2 weeks. The Foothills Trail in South Carolina at 77 miles. Typically, you carry 2 pounds of food per day. So, you know, I'm not a speedster and I like to enjoy the trail. That's the whole idea of being out. So I'm not looking at doing this thing in 3 days. I like to do 10 miles, 12 miles a day, maybe 15 if it's, you know, boring and flat. So we're going to be looking at carrying 4 days of food. That's 8 pounds versus 8 days of food at 16 pounds. And what we do is somewhere halfway on our trip, we stash our food. And this is what I've come up with because of the bears. Has been a problem. I'm right now focusing on my food stash and see if you can find it. I mean, it's right in front of you. You can't miss it. The bears may be able to smell it out, but when you see what I've done, there's no way they're getting to it. I didn't hang it. Some people hang food. Now this is going to be out here for 4 days. So let me bring you right over to where I'm stashing my food. You still see it? Do you see it yet? Let's see what we have here. Here it is. It's an ammo box. This is the medium size, not the small. And I'll show you how to make this, what I've done to it when we get back into the house. I have it chained on a tree, and this is similar to what they do at shelters now. You know, they have these big steel construction toolboxes. Well, this is just a mini toolbox. It's an ammo box, but it's steel. Bears are not getting in here, and you cannot open it because this padlock has locked the handle mechanism. So let me, unfortunately I forgot the key in the house. So I need to go back and get the key. I'll be right back. Okay, let's see if I can do this one-handed. I should have brought the tripod with me, but there we go. There we go. Here's the key. Let's not lose the key. Alright, then now you can open it up. Alright. And you can open it. Right now it's empty because I'm in my backyard. Neighbors think I'm probably burying my millions back here. There we go. Lock that back up. So this is my food stash. Let me go inside. I have a second one, and I'm going to show you the simple modifications. All right. Be with you in a second here. Okay, here we are. I'm in my garage here. This is my secondary box. The box that's completed that I was out in the woods with. So this is your medium-sized ammo box. They also, I get this at the Army Navy, my local Army Navy store. They have a standard ammo box. It's about this wide. Then they have the medium. Then they have a large, which is the same size and length, but yet it's almost double the width. If you had a big group, you could probably go with that, but this seems to be fine for one or two people. One person, if you want to stash some water in here too, make it a water cache / food resupply while you're out there. So anyway, this is the box. So these are the tools you're going to need. Got a drill here. You want stainless steel. You could probably go with the steel, galvanized coated. I just went with stainless steel. It was at my local hardware store. Unfortunately, they didn't have a shorter. You only need like maybe a 2-inch stub. They didn't have it, so I'm going to cut this off later after we put it in. So what you want to do is put the cover on, lock it, and you want to drill a hole right here in the center, because this will prevent the latch from coming up. So we'll drill a hole in the center, right down here. All right, do that both sides. After that's done, take the cover off. Now you're gonna what I did is I have a regular spin nut on here all the way to the end, of the eye. Pushed it, because that's going to be a stop. And then what I did at the other end is I have a nylon locking nut here, because you don't want this backing off, so this will lock it in place. You don't need a lock washer or anything. Insert your bolt. There you go. Just I used 2 wrenches and I used a screwdriver. So you lock that on here like so, and then I just kept turning this here. Eventually it's going to be locked in place. So you do that to both sides. Them in place. It just takes too much time. I could do some editing and just cut it out. But so now they're all in place. Now you're going to end up with a stub. And what I did is I just used my reciprocal and I cut off the remainder of that stud that's sticking out beyond your lock nut here. Then I used a little Gorilla Tape, and I just put Gorilla Tape over the edge of it. I don't know if you can see that. I don't know if you can see the Gorilla Tape in there. I just hit it. That's just so the edge of the knife won't poke a hole in any of your food bags, your Ziplocs, or whatever you have your food in. You don't want to compromise the vacuum of that. And after you complete that, you top back on, and there you go. These are locked in place. This is just regular 300-pound chain, 400-pound chain. I got a Home Depot. $99 a foot or something like that. I got a package of 4 pot padlocks, all keyed the same. So you put a padlock there you go. So you put a padlock on either end, or if you have a longer chain, you could just run a chain through here, have one padlock at the end. You just have more chain, more weight. So I opted for the 2. And I was going to go with a combination lock, but those combination locks are bulkier, so I opted just to go with the keys. Be fine. I have 4 keys, so you could probably have 1 key, stash it underneath a rock nearby, or carry a key in your pack somewhere, but make sure you don't lose your keys because you're going to be stuck. So that's about it. This is my things. They'll go around the tree. Bears can pull on this. They can do what they want. They're not going to get at your food. And then you can sprinkle leaves over it just to keep the two-legged critters like us from finding your stash out in the woods. Even then, they would have trouble getting in here unless they actually had bolt cutters or something with them. Most people don't run through the woods with that kind of equipment, so you're probably not going to have a problem. The biggest problem is going to be critters, raccoons, chipmunks, that kind of stuff, and maybe a bear. But if you have your food in here with odorless bags, they're not even going to be able to find this, so you'll be fine. So that's my trip. That's what we're going to be doing on the Foothills Trail in 2 weeks. I'm also going to be doing we're going to be doing the Tahoe Rim Trail, and we're going to have 3 resupply points, and we'll have a couple of boxes for those resupply points too. I bring a portable shower with me, just a little bag, and I also have my beer canister that I can do my laundry in. So there's no reason why I need to go into town. And when we get on those trips, I'll be showing you those techniques that I do to stay out there for long periods of time without having to go into town, okay? So I hope you learned something here, and don't forget, follow us on Facebook, Eastern Backpacking, and again, you probably saw us here on YouTube, Paws on the Trail. All right, see you later.